Students, in the previous video lecture, we have learnt about Kirchhoff current law. Continuation to that, we will be discussing Kirchhoff voltage law here. Kirchhoff voltage law. So, as before learning about voltage law, first let me define what is a loop. A loop is closed path for the current to flow between two potential points. So between two potential points in a circuit, the path for current flow is said to be as a loop. For example, you have a battery, a tap key, and a resistor here. Battery has EMF E, tap key symbol I am writing it as K, resistance symbol I am writing it as R. Now as the circuit is open, here this is open circuit. Check it up, this point is A, this point I name it as B, this is C, and this is D. At point K, that is tap key is open. This is open circuit. As it is open circuit, current in the circuit will be equal to 0 because there is no closed path for the circuit. There is no closed path for the current to flow within the circuit. Therefore, net current in the circuit is equal to 0 when switch is open. So if switch is closed, you are closing this switch. As a result, the positive potential of the battery and the negative potential of the battery, these two terminals of the battery are connected with your wire along with your resistor. So there is a closed path, and that is in between high potential, that is positive potential of the battery, to negative potential of the battery. You are connecting opposite terminals of the battery with a wire. Therefore, charge can flow from positive terminal to negative. As a result, current will be in the direction from positive terminal to negative terminal. Therefore, if switch is closed, current in the circuit is not equal to 0 because two potential points are joined with wire. So potential point here is E, potential point here is 0. E and 0 are the two potential points which are provided by the battery. E and 0 are connected with a wire. Therefore, greater potential is E, lower potential is 0. Therefore, charge is able to flow, current pass from E to O. We say that circuit is being closed. Such closed path, there is current flowing in this direction. There is some current flowing from positive terminal of the battery to negative terminal of the battery, and that current I am naming it as I. There is one closed path for the current to flow in this circuit. Such type of loops which are closed and provides one path for the current to flow is called as loop. Now this is a loop. And remember, a loop may not be exactly closed. Between E and O, it may not be exactly closed. Sometimes it may be like this. I am considering one point A, and here there is a battery, and here there is a resistor, and here there is a battery, and one more resistor here. It is point B. This also become a loop. It is also a loop. It is not necessarily always closed, just like how I have shown it in the figure ABCDA. It may not be like that. See, potential at this point, as A is connected over here, potential here is VA. potential here is VB. VA and VB, any potential point may be greater. If suppose VB is greater than VA, VB is greater than VA, then current flow from B to A. Current starts to flow, and that current will be flowing from B to A in this direction, like this. I is the current flowing from potential point B to A. So what does a loop mean? A loop is nothing but simple. You are connecting two potential points in the circuit between with a wire. Like B and A are the two potential points in the circuit. It may be the complete circuit or it may be a part of the circuit. If two potential points, if there is some potential difference between 2 points, and if those 2 points are connected with a wire along with the batteries or resistors or ammeter, any components can be used in between B and A potential points, which provides some path for the current to flow from greater potential to lower potential. Such a path provided for the current to flow from high potential to low potential is said to be as a loop. That is said to be as a loop. Kirchhoff voltage law is applicable only for loops. Kirchhoff voltage law is applicable only for the loops. Just like how Kirchhoff current law is applicable only for nodes, in the same way, Kirchhoff voltage law is applicable only for closed loops or loop between two potential points. What does this Kirchhoff voltage law states? So remember that Kirchhoff voltage law is applicable only at loops. So if there is a closed path for the current to flow, only through those regions you can apply Kirchhoff voltage law. And Kirchhoff voltage law states that the algebraic sum of all voltages around a closed loop is 0. Around a closed loop or a loop, the total net algebraic sum of the voltage will be equal to 0 within this closed loop. Now let me take a circuit here, and this is what a potential V3 is, the potential of the battery. So there is one resistor here, like it may be resistor here, and there is one more resistor here. There is one battery here, there is one battery here, and there is one more component here. It is a component, and this is battery, and this is also a battery. So there are two batteries, two resistors, along with another component. This component may be a bulb, maybe a heater, maybe a tube light, any component it can be. Now these two batteries are connected in such a way current is able to flow from high potential to low potential. Potential E1 may be greater or E2 may be greater. We need not bother about that. If E1 is greater, current will be flowing from E1 to E2. If E2 is greater, then current will be flowing from E2 to E1. Here he did not mention whether E1 is greater or E2 is greater. So we are considering E1 is greater than E2. Therefore, battery E1 will offer greater potential difference. As a result, current starts to flow in this direction. And there is one closed path for the current to pass through, and that closed path is A, B, C, D, and A. This is closed path. A, B, C, D, A is the closed path for the current to flow. There is only one single path for the current to flow. As a result, all these components are connected in series, and current in the all components will be remain same because all these are connected in series. There is only one single path for the current flow. There is no division of current in the circuit. Anywhere, no two wires are being connected over here. It is completely one single wire. There is only one path for the current to flow. Current value will be remained same across first resistor, second resistor, throughout the battery, and as well as the component. Now, here we have E1 and E2. They are sources. Sources will offer potential difference. E1 and E2 are cells. They offer EMF. These are sources. Okay, this is point number 1. Point number 2, resistors and a component are consumers. Voltage is dropped across them. Voltage is dropped across the resistors because here batteries are providing potential difference, and this potential difference is used by these two resistors and as well as a component. Therefore, when we are going along a battery, potential difference is added, and when we are going along the resistors, potential difference is dropped over here, right? So when we are dealing with these all, first check it up. E1 is the battery, it is offering some potential difference, and V1 is the potential across this resistor. There is some voltage dropped across the resistor, so therefore it is V1 where voltage is dropped, V2 where voltage is dropped, V3 where voltage is dropped. These are dropped regions. V1, V2, V3 are the voltages which are consumed or utilized by these two resistors along with the component. But what about these batteries? Batteries are the sources. They are providers. They are providing potential difference. So overall, in this closed loop, you can simply tell that voltage supplied by cells is equal to voltage dropped across the components. Component may be a capacitor, a resistor, a bulb, or a heater, any component it can be. Cells will provide voltage, and that voltage which is provided by the cells is consumed by the consumers which are present in that particular closed loop. So total voltage which are supplied by the batteries will be dropped across all the components in that particular closed loop. So I can simply write voltage over here is E1 and E2, but they are opposite polarity. They are connected in C here, positive and negative. Positive terminal is connected to negative, positive terminal is connected to negative. It means that they are connected in series. So when they are connected in series, definitely what is the E net? E net will be equal to E1 plus E2. This is voltage supplied. And what about voltage dropped? Voltage dropped is equal to dropped across first resistor, that is V1, dropped across second resistor, that is V2, dropped across third resistor, that is V3. So voltage supplied is E1 plus E2 and voltage dropped is V1 plus V2 plus V3. So simply I can write E1 plus E2 minus V1 minus V2 minus V3 is equal to 0. This is the final expression, and we call it as Kirchhoff voltage law and KVL equation. This is called Kirchhoff voltage law and it is called Kirchhoff KVL equation. So what does this equation tells us? This equation tells that there are few suppliers, there are some potential differences supplied by the batteries, and there are some consumers in the circuit. The voltage which are provided by the cells will be definitely dropped across the consumers which are present in that particular closed loop. So total voltage supplied by the sources will be equal to total voltage dropped across these components. That is Kirchhoff voltage law. And this is also one form of conservation of energy. Total voltage dropped is equal to total voltage supplied. As in the Kirchhoff voltage law, we will be coming across few sources and few consumers. So when we are going through Kirchhoff voltage law, when we are applying Kirchhoff voltage law for a closed loop, there are few source providers, there are few source energy consumers. Therefore, in some cases, there will be voltage added. In some cases, there will be voltage dropped. Wherever voltage is added, we need to take plus. Wherever voltage is dropped, we need to take minus. That also depends upon the current flowing in the circuit. So in order to avoid confusions where voltage is being dropped and where voltage is being added, we have took some sign conventions. According to those sign conventions, we will be writing Kirchhoff voltage law. And sign conventions are, when we are coming across a battery. When we are coming across a battery, this is battery. It is negative terminal of the battery. This is positive terminal of the battery. And this offers some potential difference. So you are going, the current is in this direction in such a way, you are traveling from negative terminal to positive terminal of the battery. So this is the path which you are following. When you are going from negative to positive terminal of the battery, you should take plus V because voltage is added here. And in the same way, you can take path in such a way, you are going from positive to negative terminal of the battery. You are traveling from positive terminal to negative terminal. In the path of the current, if you are coming across positive negative terminal in such a way, from positive you are entering into negative. In such case, you need to take it as minus V. It means that there is some voltage, negative voltage added over there, because the battery is connected in the reverse direction. This is for batteries. And the next is for resistors. Next is for resistors. Now let us consider there is a resistor, and this resistor has resistance R, and there is some current flowing through this resistor, and that current is I. And your path is in the same direction as that of current. Current path and the path which you are traveling is same. In such case, you will be taking it as minus IR, which is voltage dropped across the resistor. We are using just Ohm's law. What is voltage dropped across the resistor? Voltage dropped across the resistor, V is equal to IR. As there is some voltage dropped across this resistor, we are taking here negative sign minus IR when you are going in the same direction as that of the current. So this is one sign convention. And the other sign convention is B, that is, you are going across a resistor in such a way the current direction is reverse. Your path is in the same direction as previous, but current is now reversed. In such cases, voltage is now been added, therefore you will be taking it as plus IR. So for battery, we have two sign conventions, and for resistors, we have two sign conventions. Totally, we have four sign conventions. It is that you need to remember, when we are traveling from negative to positive terminal of the battery, take plus V. When you are traveling from positive to negative terminal of the battery, take negative. Similarly, if current and your path both are in the same direction, take it as minus IR. If current and your path both are opposite in direction, take it as plus IR. These are probable sign conventions which we will be using in applying Kirchhoff voltage law. Now let us take one simple example and we can make that clear. There is one resistor here, there is one resistor here, and there is one resistor here. Sorry, there is one battery, and there is one resistor here, and there is a battery. This is the circuit. How many batteries are there? 3 batteries are there. 3 are the sources, and 3 resistors are there. Those 3 resistors are consumers. Now I will consider that it is offering some voltage E1, it is offering some voltage E2, it is offering some voltage E3. It has resistance R1, it has resistance R1, it has resistance R2, it has resistance R3. 3 batteries and 3 resistors. Now this is a closed loop for current to flow. I name this point as A, this point as B, this point as C, this point as D. And when you are using Kirchhoff voltage law, start from any one particular point. Like you can take A or B or C or D, any one point you take. Start from A and you mark the path you are traveling in this direction, irrespective of the current. Current can go in any direction. E1 may be greater or E2 may be greater, E3 may be greater. Current can be in any direction. Choose one particular point and draw the path of the current. Now I am considering that this is the path of the current. Okay, this is path of the current flow. And how much amount of current is flowing here? I is the amount of current flowing through this circuit. I am writing it as I. I is current flowing in the circuit. Now you can use Kirchhoff voltage law by using these sign conventions. Take proper sign conventions and write down the equation. Start from A. From A you are going to B. You are coming across a battery and a resistor. And when you are going from negative terminal to positive terminal of the battery, from negative terminal to positive terminal of the battery, what did I tell? From negative terminal to positive terminal of the battery, you need to take plus V. So therefore, what is EMF offered here? E1. So it is plus E1. And next, you are coming across this resistor and current and your path both are in the same direction. If current and path are same, then you need to take it as minus IR. Therefore, it is minus I. What is the resistance here? R1. Next, from B to C, you have a battery. From B to C, you have a battery and you are going from positive terminal to negative terminal. You are going from positive to negative terminal of the battery. Therefore, you need to take sign convention minus V. So it is minus E2. From C to D, you are going across one resistor which is in the same direction as that of the current. So it is minus I. Resistance is R2. And again, you are going across this battery from negative terminal to positive terminal. Negative terminal to positive terminal. Therefore, it is plus E3. Again, from D to A, there is one resistor, and that is you are going in the path which is in the same direction as that of the current. So it is minus I. R3 is equal to 0. So overall 3 batteries we have and 3 resistors we have. Totally 6 terms we have got it. So finally you can write down the equation as E1 minus E2 plus E3 minus I. You can take it common from all because current in all the resistors are same. I R1 plus R2 plus R3 is equal to 0. This is what Kirchhoff voltage law states. Net voltage supplied is equal to net voltage dropped. And this negative minus E2 because the battery is connected in reverse polarity. That is the reason why here you are getting minus E2. Reverse polarity. Instead of connecting negative to positive, the battery is connected in reverse. That's the reason why here you are getting minus E2. Clear? This is how you can use sign convention and write down Kirchhoff voltage law. Students, we have a circuit diagram displayed on the screen. Now we will use Kirchhoff voltage law and we will write KVL equation for this closed loop. Okay. Now this is a loop. Loop can be A, B, C, D, E. Your path can be in any direction. Like for example, first I am considering the path. The path of like I am considering the loop A, B, C, D, E. A. You are starting at A. Again you should come towards A. A, B, C, D, E, A. Right. You are coming like this. starting at A and you are going in this direction. But check it up, current is in opposite direction to your path. So point number 1 to be noted is current in the circuit is opposite to the loop chosen. Don't worry about it. Current may be in same direction or in opposite direction. We already defined sign conventions, right? So according to that sign convention, whether you are going in opposite or in the same direction, you will use those sign conventions and you will write down the KVL equation. Now I'll start from A. You are going across battery. From A to B, there is a battery. Therefore, from positive terminal to negative terminal of the battery, you are going. Therefore, it will be minus V1. Next, from B to C, there is a resistor and you are going in opposite direction to that of the resistor. Current flowing in the resistor is opposite direction to that of the your path direction. So you need to take it as plus. Current in the circuit is I, resistance value is R1. And from C to D there is no component, D to E there is no component, E to A there is no component. Therefore, total voltage provided by the battery will be dropped across one single resistor. This is equal to 0. Therefore, you can write V1 is equal to I R1. Total voltage provided will be dropped across the resistor. So, current in the circuit can be written as V1 divided by R1. This is current passing through the circuit. So, whenever a closed loop is given, through that closed loop, you can find out total voltage dropped across each resistor and also unknown currents in the circuit using Kirchhoff current law and as well as voltage law. As there is only one single path here, we will be using Kirchhoff voltage law. Sometimes there will be nodes also in the circuit. In some complicated circuits, you will be coming across nodes also in the circuit. In such cases, you will be using Kirchhoff voltage law and as well as current law, and you will be finding out potential dropped and as well as currents in the unknown paths of that particular circuit. Okay, so this is the way you will use Kirchhoff voltage law, and we will be finding out current in the circuit if there is one single